Good day, everybody, and what's up? Welcome to the podcast for She Comes First and Selfless Sex. I am once again Dr. Nick Meyer sitting here. Just got home from an amazing weekend in Philadelphia. I'm back home in Virginia right now. Pretty cool, cloudy day, but I took a day off of work, so that's even better. And today, I want to talk about a topic then that can be kind of troubling for some people or unnerving, and it's this. What happens when your lady has a higher sex drive than you do? And for some guys, that can cause a lot of problems because socially speaking, he's supposed to be the one that's after her, chasing her around for sex. But what happens if she's chasing him around for sex? And or to make matters worse, what happens if he can't keep up with her? So this is definitely one area, in my opinion, where following the ideas and concept of selfless sex can actually help out in many ways. So let's talk about that today. Since you guys know me by now, of course, I'm going to mention some data and some research and things like that. One study is pretty good, just kind of generally known, and the other study is pretty crappy, but it got a lot of press. So, generally speaking, the overall idea is that men think about sex around 60 times per day. That's fine. And women think about sex only, quote unquote, only 30 times a day. And therein lies the problem, because they say they equate those numbers with sex drive. Okay, whatever. But they kind of present this as this only 30 times as if it's low. And it's actually not. That's actually pretty high. That's the average. So I'm pretty sure there are women out there who think about it 40, 50, 60 times, 70 times or more, and that's fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think that's actually great, in my opinion. I always wonder about this study about they count the times that men and women think about sex. I think that's it's missing something. And but that's one of the more generally known studies that's out there. Secondly, there was that study that got a ton of press back in 2017, and it said that two-thirds of women had higher sex drives than their men. And the study itself was pretty crappy. It wasn't peer-reviewed or anything like that. There's a lot of things wrong with it. And at the same time, it got a ton of press. So my thought is this. So women who actually had higher sex drives than their men, that study gave them validation. They're like, see, this is what I'm going through right now. I want it more than my husband does. It got a lot of press and it caused a lot of conversation, which is good. So now, for whatever reason, maybe it's just because of the job that I'm in, I hear a lot of women talking about their sex lives and how they wish their man would do it more, or these women actually want more sex. And some women, I'll back up right here. Going back to my podcast from last week, where I was talking about how people are searching for sexless marriages and sexless relationships and things like that. I think in some cases, women just want to have sex, period. They're not even talking about a high sex drive, just having sex with their husband, having sex with their boyfriends, period. That's a whole different problem. But yeah, it just seems like women out there, they actually want to have sex because they like it. But there's something going on out there where these women are not having the sex that they want and or need. And therein lies the problem. So I really think selfless sex could help them out. So I'll get to that part in a second. So as I just said a few seconds ago, I mentioned that Google study from my previous podcast that looked at searches, and the most popular searches out there was for sexless marriages and sexless relationships and things like that there. And that tells me that there's something else going on out there. So added to the fact that I think when that study came out, women are actually being more vocal about the sex that they are not getting, and also the sex that they want to have. So it's almost like a perfect storm for concern, which may sound weird to say, but if for example, if a lady has a higher sex drive than her man does, and she's chasing him around, how does that make him feel? Because in his head and in this society, he's supposed to be chasing her around for sex. So it's flipped. So there could be other issues, several underlying issues right there. And this is what I'm hearing more often than anything else is that from women is that their men are not chasing them around for sex, and they don't understand why. And I believe that it's starting to have a serious impact on their self-esteem. Is it me? Am I not pretty enough anymore? Is there someone else on the side he's having sex with? What's going on? So I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but I think even though both men and women need to feel desire and passion in their relationship, but I wonder, just from what I'm hearing, that it may affect women more. And I'm sure people are going to get pissed off when I said that, but women are trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Why doesn't my husband want to have sex with me? Why doesn't my boyfriend want to have sex with me anymore? And that's playing on their minds. And it's really causing some of them to question themselves, even though these are like really amazing women, and this is like their Achilles heel. So that's why I said it's like a perfect storm for concern. So this is one area where I think selfless sex could really help out, because you're focusing on all of your attention on your lady. And it doesn't have to be a whole big spectacle and everyone's sweaty and things like that. You can just touch her body. You can just rub her down, or even masturbate her. You can do that. You can break out the sex toys. That's why I always say, guys, you got to get over this whole sex toy thing, because it can really help out a whole lot. And also I say this too, it's important for you to use your senses. Taste her, lick her, smell her, look at her. How does her body respond when you touch her over there versus over here? Is her clitoris swollen? Do you know where her clitoris even is? Let's start there and move forward. But there are so many things that you can do that shows her that you really want her, and it's still being sexually active. So you're still having sex with her. It may help out a whole bunch. And like for me, I was speaking to like one of my like early partners from a little bit ago. I used to just to tell her, I'm gonna eat your pussy in a few minutes, so just get ready for it. And initially she was like, huh? What? But then over time she learned when I said that I wasn't kidding. So in the end, she would just take her pants off, take her panties off, and spread them, so I could have access to her labia and clitoris and everything else, and give her a really nice time. Where once again, she comes first, or she came first. So I practice what I preach. So I'm just saying that if you just go through those lessons, and you may find out certain little things that you can do that actually bring you guys closer again. In your intimacy and in your sexual behaviors. So I think that could be a lot of fun right there. So I just had to plant that seed about selfless sex. So on that note, you guys have a great day. Stay tuned. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.